And here I am again, and as promised, the Duchy of Warsaw troops. So Napoleon's Polish allies. This is my smallest army, well, my smallest Napoleonic army, I should say. As you can see, it is significantly smaller than the French army, though it is still roughly a division, though I have in plans, sort of, intentions to expand it a little bit, more guns, definitely more lancers. Yeah, it's one of those things. Always trying to figure out what's the best thing to do, what's next up. As this is, yeah, as you can see, it's a small army, so we'll start from right to left and work our way through. However, I'll go to the commanders last. So here on the right, we have my elite miniatures battalion of the Vistula Legion. And then I believe these are a Perry's battalion with the elite miniatures mounted colonel. Looks out his artillery as he moves the camera around. This battalion was painted by someone else. I painted this one. So same as the French, organised around 6 companies: Grenadier Company, Light Infantry Company, and then 4 line companies. Shuffling across, we then have one of those mainstays, I think, of many Polish armies, the 13th Line Regiment. But in this case, I have a battalion of Grenadier Company, Light Infantry in the back, and 4 Rifle Company, or say 4 line companies. These ones are, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe these are Hinds figures. Yeah, they're Hinds infantry. Very old as well. A lot of the figures here are Hinds. You might see there's a little bit of a difference in the height. That's because some of them are 25mm. The newer ones are 28mm, as I bought them to make up the units. Here we have, I suppose somebody described them as Polish generic line infantry. Again, organised Grenadier, Light, and 4 line companies. Painted up in Polish crimson, front chests and cuffs and collars and such. And the brigadier for this brigade is a colonel of the 13th, big plume. Then we move over. So this one's a little bit of an oddball. These are French infantry. Most of these figures are all from the Relive Waterloo set. This unit is still marked up as French and is a Laguerre battalion. The purpose behind this was so that I actually had light infantry for my Polish troops, as the Poles don't really have light infantry. They do, but they don't. Some of the documentation I have says that they had units. A lot of stuff says that they don't really deploy them. They basically just stuck with line infantry. So with this lot, I basically just repainted the figures as best I could. Give them yellow facings just to give them a little bit different. Repainted the flag and made them from Frenchmen basically into Poles uniformed in the French style, which would put them sort of in the Peninsula campaign. And the colonel for this one is a Perry's figure. Well, the brigadier is a Perry's figure. Moving into the back area, we have 3 battalions of infantry. Not too sure where I got all these figures from. If I remember correctly, I believe these are elites. These 2 battalions, I'm not sure. I've used Hinds figures to make up the numbers, in this case bringing up the light and the grenadier elements a little bit. But where they actually came from, I'm not too sure. They're quite chunky and a little bit odd in the posing. Very dynamic, is one way of putting it. But they're not too bad. They have served me well, so I must be honest, I'm not going to complain too much in most fights. And then their command stand is, again, a French brigadier painted up as a Pole with his, as best I could, his shako turned into a chapka, with a infantryman marching alongside him. And then all the mighty element everyone has of any Polish army, cavalry, and I'm missing a lot of it. The cavalry here, the lancers, are all self-made by my dad many years ago. I would intend to extend it out to a 24-man unit. And then we have the complete regiment of the 14th Cuirassiers. And that's them, all of them. 2 squadrons, that's it. That's all you get for the Poles. Cuirassiers are expensive. So my plan for this lot is basically just make it up to probably about 3 regiments of lancers, so 2 more regiments, which I can using the Prince August molds, I can make up the cavalry and the figures. And then I'll just get my hands on some sticks. These are pikes I cut down to give them the things. Now moving forward, we have the divisional commander, a elite miniatures general, and a Perry's general. Again, Shaco has been turned into a Chapka with a bit of filing, 12-pounder gun battery. Don't ask me why I've got such big guns. I'm not too sure. Hinds artilleryman painted up, and a colonel of artillery. I intend to add a 6-pounder gun battery with them. Again, I can make the battery up myself. I just need to purchase the gun crew for it. And then my divisional command stand in this case would be more a core command stand. Is a Hinds infantry colonel, Hinds Poniatowski figure, and a Perry's general, mounted all up on a relatively simplistic base, but it works. So this one's a bit short because there's not really a lot there. There's a lot to talk about. A lot of these figures, so start with some big units such as this, the 13th line, the Cuirassiers, the Lancers, and a lot of the Hinds, particularly the 25mm figures, are, we're talking 40 odd years old at this point. The rest of them are much younger, maybe only 5 or 6 years. In fact, so most of them are probably maybe 10 to 15 years old. This is probably by age the oldest army I have. Though there are probably some units I own that can potentially fight it for the age, as I have Pavlovsky Grenadiers who are from Hinds and they're in 25mm. But yeah, this was my dad's mainstay army, which I inherited, and I basically just expanded it out to the settings that I play at, which is 1 to 20 rather than 1 to 33, which is what he had it set for, and then added in these guys. This unit might end up getting replaced at some point. They might end up being sent off to fight with the main French army, get a 2nd battalion of the Guerre troops, and then, well, that'll be it. And I'll just swap that out with another battalion of Poles. That's a good point. I need to ponder that one. Right, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for your time. That's a quick one. Quick look around. As I said, this is probably going to expand slightly, but we'll see.